You're now live. Alright. Hey guys, PsychoG94 here, and today I am back with a video, and I am doing an interview with Luis Duran, which is probably a surprise to some of you, because in the past, a lot of you wanted me to make a video on him, like, a lot, which really, I don't know why, but a lot. Yeah, I don't think I told you about this. A lot of people wanted me to make a video on your Godzilla gang thing.
Oh,
Because I was doing a live stream with Future Freshmen a while ago, and we were joking about it. And we started going and saying, like, it's just like Monster Island Buddies and stuff like that. And then so many people in the comments, especially my one friend, were like, make a video on it, make a video on it. And of course I didn't because, well, actually I attempted it, but it turned out really bad. Remember that video I showed you by a guy named Kingo G Foxy or whatever?
oh yeah.
On his hate video?
Uh-huh.
It sounded like that, pretty much. Not as bad, though, but it sounded like I was just pulling out insults out of thin air and made no sense, so
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do it.
It's just,
But if you guys didn't know, I've been talking with Luis Duran a bit, and coughing. And I don't think he's as bad of a guy as I thought a while ago, so yeah. Anyway, I'm doing an interview on him now. Why don't you say hello to people?
what's up, guys? You probably do know me as Luis Duran, the Monster Island Buddies copier. Yeah, I guess that I'm that guy now. So,
Yeah. Alright, so interview. I ask you 10 questions, and you just answer them the best of your ability.
all right.
Alright, so most of them are going to be generic questions, like nothing too personal. Like, I'm not going to ask what happened on your 7th birthday or anything like that. So,
Uh-huh.
alright, number 1. What got you into Godzilla?
Oh, what got me into Godzilla? Oh,
Yep.
um, well, honestly, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if this is a surprise or not because this is how people get into Godzilla is by watching Godzilla 1998. And yeah, that's what got me into it. And then when I got a computer when I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 6, um,
That's what you did for your 7th birthday. I'm just kidding.
so after getting a computer, I searched up on YouTube Godzilla, and I see all these different results for Godzilla. I see like Godzilla vs King Ghidorah music video, and then I'm like, what is all this? Like, what is this stuff? And then
Why does Godzilla not run on 2 legs?
yeah, why is he fat looking? So, um, and then I went to I think my like movie store that was like called Blockbuster a while ago or something.
Oh, I
And
remember Blockbusters. That's when Friday nights were amazing. Everyone would go to Blockbuster. Now it's just
yeah, and that was just like Walmart and but and then my first Godzilla movie, my first like actual Godzilla movie I watched was Godzilla Final Wars. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh God, this is so much cooler." And then when I saw Godzilla 1998 in there or Zilla, I was like, "Oh, he's still like, is he in other movies?" I'm like, "Oh," and I got disappointed because he's not in other movies. But that's how I got into Godzilla.
yeah. I'm pretty much the same way. And I hear my dad walking upstairs, so I'm always getting afraid he's gonna open the door, and be like, "Hey, are you all right down there?" or anything like that. But yeah, I got into Godzilla pretty much the same exact way. I saw Godzilla 1998 with my grandma, and she told me that there was a Japanese Godzilla, but she told me that Zilla was the female female Godzilla. So I'm like, oh, okay. So where's the male and stuff? So then I watched Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, and I was like, so wait, this doesn't make any sense. Is Zilla little Godzilla and all that? So.
Oh yeah, I'll get confused.
And then I eventually realized, and Final Wars was like my third Godzilla film I saw, because I got, oh my gosh, I got a third pack, like the double-sided disc of Destroyer with Space Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
Ordered that from Netflix, so yeah. And
Oh,
I keep getting worried because I keep hearing my dad walking upstairs. I keep getting worried he's going to open the door. All right. Number 2, what is your favorite Godzilla movie?
Hmm, my my favorite Godzilla movie. Right now, I would have to say Godzilla vs. Destroyer because every time I would watch that as a kid, I always used to love seeing Burning or Godzilla in 1994 as this like it's cool seeing him glow like orange and seeing
Godzilla.
yeah and seeing all that like power inside of him. You can actually like see stuff like just glowing inside him, which was really cool to me. And I was like used to like Godzilla 1998 had like some orange gas something fire thing, but like that's how I was really used to seeing Godzilla have orange fire after seeing Godzilla 1998, and I was like seeing when I saw blue, I was like, I'm not really used to the blue, but then like when I saw Godzilla vs. Destroyer, that's when I was like, oh yeah, orange, yay, because like red is like my favorite color and orange has the red in it, so
Yeah.
it's
Like I said before, uh, Godzilla versus. Actually, no, not Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. Surprisingly, it's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. Or Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 93, because that's a TriStar dubbing of it, but whatever. I still refer to it as that, just because it's easier.
Mhm.
Alright, number 3. What is your favorite figure that you own of Godzilla still? Or Pacific Rim, or any type of kaiju figure? What's your favorite?
My favorite figure is the Bandai Biolante. Some people say like, oh, it's just weird looking. I honestly think that thing is like really cool. Even though like it came out like 19, I think it came out the year Godzilla vs. Biolante came out, but I'm not really sure if it did. But 1992, that's when it came out. And when I got that for Christmas. I think it was 2015, and it was a good feeling having like a vintage figure in my collection that came out in 1992. And I've been loving it ever since. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of the haters of that figure. I just don't think it looks good at all. It probably looks better in person than it does on like pictures and stuff. But if I ever was gonna get a Biolante figure, I'd want either X Plus or Space Godzilla, SH Monstars. But I'd probably have to sell one of my limbs to get one of those for a decent price. So,
Yeah.
all right, what is your least favorite Godzilla figure for number 4?
Oh wow, no one actually asked that question before. But least favorite? Um, I'm not sure because people will say like the Bandai Creations Aurora. That's one of them, but it's not one of my least favorite figures.
You're kind of mumbling a little. Can't hear you as well.
Better. So like I would say the Bandai Creations Fedora, but it's not one of my least favorites. I think I would have to say like Bandai Creation 12-inch Final Wars Godzilla because that one's not really that good in my opinion. Or like the Bandai Creations Godzilla 1968.
All right. Um, I said this during when we were all talking earlier. I don't really like the NECA Godzilla 1994 just because I am very hypocritical of the or hypercritical whatever of the 94 suit since it's my favorite, and when nothing looks like the 94 suit and it's called 94, I just get annoyed by it. So to me, it looks more like 91. But
Well,
um, all right, number 5. Why did you start YouTubing?
why did I start YouTubing? Um, well, I mean, I started 2014, early 2014, and I did stop motions. When I was little, when I was like at least I don't know 7, 8, 9, I used to do these videos just like by myself, like just little like fan fiction movies and stuff. And I was like, I really want to make a YouTube channel. Like I was watching Deadzilla and like all these other YouTubers at the time, and I was like, man, I really want a YouTube channel to see what I can do with it. And then 2014, that's when I got it. So I
All
just
right.
started to make one.
I'm just thinking, you know how Goji Fan 93 kind of has an interview thing similar?
Hmm.
Has he interviewed you before? Or am I one of the first?
I think you're like one of the first to do this, actually.
Oh, that's good. I like being ahead of other people.
Cool.
All right. What's next? Oh yeah, number 6. What do your friends and family think of your Godzilla collection and you collecting figures?
Oh, wow, that's actually a new question. Um, well, my family like. my dad and mom are actually really proud of like how I collected. I think it's a good collection, and my cousins and my friends from like school, they get surprised at how many figures I have. And they're like, "Wow, do you have all the Godzilla figures in the world?" I'm like, no, not." And then like my parents, of course, they're always like, "Wait a minute, that one looks the same. Get it something new." And I'm like, "Well, it's not the same." So like, but yeah, they're all like impressed by it.
Yeah, that's good. Some of
Hmm.
my friends think it's weird, but others think it's cool. So, no. Some of my really close friends, they just joke about it. It's like, he collects plastic figures or something like that. But it's just like friendly joking. So,
Hmm.
number 7. How would you say YouTubing has changed you from when you started to where you are now?
Well, um, I decided I decided when I released Godzilla like Rise for Destruction, I decided to take the criticism and take that criticism and I will make better like fan films. And for my second fan film, Godzilla Force of Nature, I took all that criticism from Rise for Destruction, and I took all that and I tried my best to make this better as like from Rise to Destruction. I just want that to be completely gone from people's minds, honestly. So they think of Force of Nature as like my first fan film. You But it changed me a lot. Like I wouldn't like it's kind of weird because I always think, what if I never started YouTube? Like I never met all these people on the internet. Like I would just be like watching like other people, like Goji Fan 3 and Godzilla. I would just be that one dude just watching other Godzilla YouTubers. So yeah, it changed me a lot.
That's good. I mean, I'm not gonna say my side of stories anymore because I realize every time I do an interview with someone, they'll say their thing and then I'll say my thing, and I'm realizing, man, I would love to be interviewed one day, but there's no point because if you just watch one of my interviews, I interview myself along with the other person, so
So,
no even point. All right. Number 8. Do you collect any other things besides Godzilla figures?
yeah, actually, I collect Pacific Rim. I collect like dinosaur models, like Shlake, and I do also collect Jurassic Park and other old dinosaur toys, sort of. I also collect like the model airplanes. I always like to collect those kind of things. Um, yeah, like dinosaurs, airplanes, and Pacific Rim and other monster stuff. So yeah, that's what I collect.
All right, that's cool. I did get on a Jurassic World hype for a bit, but I mainly just try to buy Indominus Rex stuff just because like the Indominus Rex is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. I kind of want to change number 9. You know what? Um, let's try to change this. Yeah, because I don't like this question. Number 9. If you could have, oh my gosh, coughing. If you could have any Godzilla figure in the world that you do not have currently, what would it be? What's your like holy grail figure that you would love to have?
Oh, well, okay. Ever since the band Presto Shin Godzilla came out, I really wanted that thing because that's like honestly that's like the best, if not one of the best Shin Gojira figures out there, and I really want it, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get it because it costs like $200 on eBay. So I
Yeah,
think
that thing, I wanted that for a while, but it costs so much. Like this one guy paid $500 for it, and I'm like saying that's I mean
yeah, I know.
it's a
It's
lot. I mean, I only think the X Plus, which I think the X Plus will look better. I mean,
uh,
it's a plus, but I don't even think the X Plus will cost that much. But apparently, they're either making a 30 centimeter series or a gigantic series for it. So who knows? All right. And number 10. What is your least favorite Godzilla movie? And I'm gonna actually change this up a bit. Besides 1998 or Godzilla's Revenge.
okay, good because I honestly don't see those as my least. I actually it's like I'm like kind of
There's a lot of
changing.
people just say those, and I want to see if there's
Yeah,
any other.
honestly, like Godzilla 1998. It's even I hate like it's a Godzilla movie because the name Godzilla. So, but I honestly do think Godzilla 1998 is like one of my favorite Godzilla movies because it's surprising. I know. I really like Godzilla 1978. I just don't know why. It's something about it. But my least favorite Godzilla movie is just I think it's somewhere in Heisei or it's either Showa. I think it's either Godzilla versus Megalon or Godzilla. Um, um, I think no, okay, I think it's Godzilla versus Megalon. I don't know because I think the fights drag on a little. Like after I don't know, like 20 minutes, they kind of drag on and drag on and drag on. So I really do not like sometimes,
Yeah, you
but
think the fights are too long?
yeah, sort of, yeah, too long.
Then you must hate Godzilla versus Space Godzilla.
Yeah, the fights in that movie are too long too, but like they're cool though. But I'm not saying like Godzilla vs Megalon sucks. It's not. It's like screw the effects, screw everything. But like yeah, Godzilla vs Megalon just never really it didn't get me interested in it enough. I like Megalon, I like Gigan, and then I like Jaguar, but it just never got me interested.
Yeah, going back to the 1998 thing, you know, a lot of people hate on that movie, and the main reason people hate on it is because of what's the word? I think it's mass hysteria is the word, because they see popular people, many movie reviewers saying it does not pay homage to classic. And most people that hate on Zilla are usually little kids or younger kids,
Yeah,
and they just jump on the bandwagon. Oh well, this
yeah, they
popular
just
person hates it. That
yeah,
must mean I should hate it, and
exactly.
anyone who disagrees with me is blah blah blah.
They just it's just like that. Like what happened with Rise, like Rise for Destruction. I honestly like passed on that, but like it's
It was a lot of bandwagon. One person said they hate it, and then everyone jumped on it.
yeah, that's basically how it went for my film. But
I
like
didn't say I hated it because I did comment. I went and said that it wasn't as good as one person was saying, but I did really like that you didn't just use a figure and you used a custom created kaiju and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool because it's creativity. It shows that you can be creative, not just generic. No,
uh
so I gave you props for that. No
yeah,
offense or anything, but the rest of it I really didn't like as much.
yeah, I know. I look back on the film. It's not really the holy grail film you want. I look back on the last time I watched it was in G Fest, and now I look back on that and I look at Force of Nature. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wait, did you show it at G Fest?
No, I didn't. I didn't show it at G Fest. I just
Oh,
watched parts of it.
let's say, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Right.
You know, going back, I really am gonna think I'm gonna make another. I made a discussion video a while ago on Zilla, but I think I'm gonna do another one because like opinions have changed and all that stuff, and I really feel like I need to update this because I'm gonna go in a little bit in here, but I'm gonna try not to go too in depth with it. The thing with Zilla is it's divided between there's younger audiences who jump on bandwagons. Then there's the
Mhm.
older Showa audiences that did not like it because to them it was not what they grew up with. And
Yeah.
then you have the people like you and I, and then you have people like Poster 64 and stuff like that, who the first movie we saw that got us into Godzilla was Zilla,
Yeah.
and we just branched off from that into what we like now. And we don't hate the series for it or anything. And like I like Zilla as a kaiju because when I was little, I would always watch things like Land Before Time and stuff like that because I loved dinosaurs. And I mean, I still love dinosaurs today. And when I first saw Zilla, I imagined him as a giant dinosaur destroying a city.
Hmm.
And then I just loved that idea. And then as I got older, I loved the idea of him being like a nuclear mutated lizard growing to a huge size and like swimming
Yeah.
like a croc. I just loved it. I love the whole reptilian feel he had.
I like one of my favorite scenes is the submarine.
Yeah, the submarine chase. I love that scene. Like, even though, like, it was a little weird how, like, when he was hit by, like, the missiles or whatever, he was, like, spinning with not out moving anything and, like, slow-mo. It was weird, the slow-motion part. But the submarine scene was good because it shows that he's clever, too. And if you ever read the Rulers of Earth comics, it shows that he is a clever creature. And that's what's interesting because a lot of people don't like Zilla because they're like, oh, he ruined Godzilla. Ugh. Look at Shin Godzilla. He breathes, no spoilers here, but he breathes, okay, spoiler. He breathes a purple laser beam out of his mouth and the end of his tail. He has these different things that happen that no other Godzilla has. He has very tiny arms and a super long tail. Now tell me, does that sound like Godzilla? Especially with what you and I know. Especially what happens like at the end. Does that sound like a normal Godzilla film?
Probably not.
Exactly. But you know why everyone loves it still? Because it was made by Toho.
Yeah,
I bet you any money if TriStar made that film instead of 1998, like it replaced 1998 with that film, and Toho or TriStar made Shin Godzilla, everyone would hate it. And if Toho made Zilla, they would love it.
That's the thing, though. Like I made a post about this, but I think I didn't like explain it clearly, and people got so mad. I had like over 100 comments on that post on Instagram, and I made a picture saying how Godzilla fanboys react to Toho when they make a Godzilla movie or make something new with a Godzilla movie. It's like people, showing the thumbs down, and when I put like how fanboys react when like Legendary does something new, everyone's just clapping, that like it's something about
It's being hypocritical. You're like saying, oh yeah, I love it when they take new steps at Godzilla. And then you go back to other things. Oh, I hate it when they change Godzilla. You're being a hypocrite. You're saying you like something that you hate.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. I love Shin Godzilla. I love the whole theory that, or not, it's not a theory anymore. The whole thing with the forms, everyone knows about that by now, at least. If you haven't, I'm sorry for spoiling it, but it should be everywhere by now. He has multiple forms.
Yes.
And I love the whole thing of I'm not trying to get religious here, but I believe in creationism over evolutionism, but I still love evolution because I like how something changes and like evolves, kind of like a Pokemon thing. And I love the whole thing with Shin Godzilla changing like that. And it's interesting because it's unique. But people look at Zilla and they say, oh, well, it wasn't Godzilla. Does Shin Godzilla really share that much similarities with Godzilla over Zilla when you think about it? I mean, they both really don't. The only difference is they made Shin Godzilla stand upright. If they made him stand forward like his first two forms, then everyone would say he isn't like Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then they could make the argument, oh, he shoots a beam. He shoots him out of his tail, his mouth, and his back. And it's a purple laser. Now, Zilla had this weird gas breath where it would ignite cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still different than just standard atomic breath. One has a laser beam, one has a flammable gas. It's still, and so does Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla, just gonna say.
He has that kind of flammable gas that goes and turns into a laser beam.
Yeah,
So when
like,
people go and say Zilla's terrible, but they love Shin Godzilla, they're being a hypocrite, in my opinion, because they are practically the same thing if you look at it from a certain aspect.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something that like we should both make a video on together on my channel or something. But
well, we could put it on both of our channels, in my opinion, but
yeah, but
trying to get all the glory.
like Zilla, like he did have some breath, like it shoot out as like sort of like a heat gas first, and then it turned into like fire, sort of.
Exactly.
Because you can see the fire.
An atomic breath. Like think of, whenever I think of Godzilla's atomic breath, I always think of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, just because I always think of like the Heisei Godzilla firing the blue beam and stuff at like from the distance. Because he did a lot in that movie, at least
Like because
in the beginning.
Because if you look closely, when Zilla does like his like fire thing, like for the time in the film, you can see fire like inside his mouth.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, we really should make a video on this separate because I don't. This is supposed to be an interview on you. I don't want to talk too much about this, but we should make a video on this at some point. There's a mosquito in here. All right. Well, that was all the questions I have. So, thank you all for watching. If you want more interviews or anything, leave a comment below. What is all the other useless YouTube plugins they say? Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all this stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.